Finally, I also wanted to highlight a significant win for American workers in the American auto industry over the weekend, late Saturday night into Sunday morning. As you know, a key part of the President's Build Back Better plan includes a significant increase in the number of electric vehicles and batteries built here in America. We need a strong, diversified, and resilient U.S.-based electric vehicle battery supply chain so we can meet the growing global demand for these vehicles and components. And the settlement we announced over the weekend, or I should say was announced by USTR and others, by SK Innovation and LG, is a positive step that builds confidence in their reliability and responsibility as suppliers to the U.S. auto industry. It's great news for many people in the country, including people of Georgia and other states that are impacted a great deal by this issue. With that, Alex, kick us off.
Thanks, Jen. I wanted to ask about the attack on Iran's Natanz nuclear facility. Is there concern within the White House that this will derail ongoing talks to reestablish the Iran nuclear deal? And has there been any effort by the administration to reach out through intermediaries or any other way to Tehran and make clear that the U.S. wasn't involved in these attacks, or in the attack?
Well, we of course have seen the reports of the incident at the Natanz enrichment facility. The U.S. was not involved in any manner. We have nothing to add on speculation about the causes or the impacts. I will say on your first question, though, we are focused on the discussions that we expect to proceed this Wednesday in Vienna. To the diplomatic discussions that have been taking place and took place last week. We expect them to be difficult and long. We have not been given any indication about a change in participation for these discussions.
And then with respect to the semiconductor summit, are there any actions the White House or the federal government can take immediately to address the chip shortage? Or, is this just the kind of thing that you need reforms and more funding for? And then does the president see the shortage as a national security issue?
We certainly do. I will say there are a number of steps that we believe we can take as a federal government. We believe there needs to be a holistic, long-term, across-government approach. In the near term, we're engaging with industry, as is evidenced by the meeting that's taking place shortly, later this afternoon, as well as our international partners to ensure that American companies are operating on an even playing field. Even before this meeting today, I should say, we have also proposed major investments. That's something we feel the federal government could also do. We've called on Congress to invest $50 billion in semiconductor manufacturing and research, as called for in the Bipartisan CHIPS Act. We have also called for additional funding. There's also bipartisan proposals, I should say, like an investment of $50 billion in the National Science Foundation, which would create a technology directorate that will focus on fields like semiconductors and advanced computing to help increase our competitiveness at home. So our view is that this is certainly something where we need to work closely with industry. We need to work closely with Congress, Democrats and Republicans. There's agreement on this issue being one that's impacting industries across the country, also with allies and partners, and how we can prevent this shortage from happening in the future.